Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be talking about injury prevention for runners. What do we think about that topic?
It's a great topic. It's a serious topic. It's multifaceted. There's plenty of big word. Yeah. I looked that one up just then. Yeah, data shows that there's a lot of research behind injury prevention and what steps you can take to kind of mitigate those injuries, especially in the running community.
We're here with the boys.
It doesn't mess around. Such a cool GoPro. What the hell?
It's an Insta 360.
Oh, it's an Insta.
It's not a GoPro.
It looks like a GoPro.
Oh, do you think that?
Nice.
So do you reckon that's better than the GoPro?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll tell you one flaw about it later though. But yeah.
Full run.
Anyway, we're gonna have some Korean-Japanese hybrid. We've never been here before, none of us, but we'll try it out.
Let's do it. Wow, I love being in Sota's vlog. Yeah, this is so fun. Mostly Tokyo. Yeah. One. Yeah, everyone has the coolest hairstyles. Yeah, haircuts here are nuts. They're just so fresh. It's so Japanese. So fresh. Dude, the pants, the long pants that sit kind of just on the collar of the shoe.
They wear that in summer as well.
It's so cool.
There's so hoodies in summer, 35 degrees.
No, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably the only culture worldwide where anime, children's music and children's characters are just culturally accepted in everyday norms.
Nice. Yo, that looks good.
Oh
yeah, there is one.
I've got that before.
Yeah, why is it important to eat a lot of food? We'll start with Jake because he runs like 250 Ks a week.
We already knew that.
Trademark, 250Ks. Yeah, you've got to get the calories in. I'd say I'm 5,000 calories a day just to like maintain weight because you're burning 2,500 calories just while running. So this morning, 40K run, yeah, that's solid 2,500. What would you boys burn? What would you eat in a day?
Well, we
track them.
don't exactly have a set number.
Mine's not set, it's just, I'd say it's a rough guideline.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of just track how many hours we're doing of training. So say we have a 2-hour swim, do 60 grams of carbs an hour. During session.
So that's during it.
Yeah, 60 grams of carbs during. We do Powerade, but sugar water. And we do that for riding, running and swimming. But because our run sessions are never longer than an hour, we don't really have to take any nutrition. But our general rule is as much food as possible because that's the only limitation. Just eat as much as you can.
I'm eat when I'm hungry, which is most of the time. It's every couple of hours, basically.
Yeah, and a lot of people do ask us, it's like, do you guys have to follow like a diet? Like, are you guys like strict on diet? And it's funny how the perspective of elite athletes is, oh, you got to make sure you're not like gaining too much weight. But I feel like it's the opposite.
And you get enough in.
Yeah, it's like, can you just eat as much as you can? And the joke,
some of the benefits of actually fueling enough before, during, and after. I talked to like a sports nutritionist, got them on the podcast recently, but I think it increases the rate of recovery. So if you are doubling up or like running the next morning after an evening session, you feel way better, like perceived effort wise.
Yeah.
So that's why it's actually important to fuel a lot.
100%.
Yeah.
I try and go like 90% healthy.
Yeah.
And then like post dinner, like once I've got all the veg in, carbs, all that, then I'll get some donuts, cake, whatever, just to like pop the calories up.
I reckon everyone always craves what they need as well though. Like if you're craving a certain type of nutrient, you'll probably just want it anyway.
Yeah, so if you like,
same with thirst.
Yeah, if you're feeling like you need a lemonade, it's probably because that's the one thing that you need.
Probably, yeah. You're never gonna say irashaimase though, ever. You're never gonna use that. Unless you own a Japanese restaurant in Japan.
This is what they always tell me. I always tell me. Back to the same thing.
You're learning all the useless stuff.
Welcome to my shop.
Welcome to my
shop.
Well, I mean, first of all, Tokyo is a huge city. Japanese are super polite, and we're discussing it just earlier. Yeah. Even though there's so many people and so many crowds, like everyone's still like patient. No one complains. Like I feel like it's natural for humans to get really angry when you're in a big crowd because you're not moving anywhere. But these Japanese people, they're willing to wait. They'll wait hours for the crossing to go. And no one's jaywalking, everyone's following the rules.
Yeah, that's true. I think I'm the only jaywalker in Japan. Let's also talk about load management.
It's not a lot of management. Not a load.
I wanted to show you guys the extreme example of what load management looks like for someone running 250Ks a week. Because you still have somewhat of a load management.
Yeah.
You're running a lot more in one day, less on other days. Talk a bit about that.
Because he's tapering at 250Ks. Like that's his easy week.
To recover. Yeah. just a light one. I'd say my Sunday is like my rest day, relative rest day. We'll hit probably 2-hour runs, maybe like 25K total, just split up. Easy.
That's so light.
Yeah, you don't even count it. I count it as a day off, basically. And then I'm usually fresh to go Monday, which is my long run day. I feel like if I take a full day off completely, I feel worse. It's like my body, it's so used to running like that much that like if I take a full day off, I feel awful. Like everything stiffens up. I think just like a little jog, flush the legs out, nice and easy, does the trick.
Obviously, load is going to be different for every single athlete, but as long as you can do a week of training and replicate it the week after, then you're probably not overtraining that much. But if you finish your week and you're absolutely cooked and you can't do that multiple weeks in a row, then I guess we're pushing the boundaries of overtraining a bit. And that's going to be relative, and that's why Jake can do 250K weeks or 200 to 280K, I guess. You fluctuate a little bit, right?
Yeah. But it's been a little inconsistent recently. Dropped down below 200.
Yeah.
It's pathetic, I know. But absolutely pathetic. Yeah, but I guess, and that's also management, is in like maybe 3 weeks up, then a little down, 3 weeks up, down. Sort of the waves almost.
And it's not always going to be 3 weeks, 1 week as well. Like it might be 4 weeks and then 1 week deload.
Yeah.
So I guess if you're in tune, with your body.
How do you guys track mileage? How are you feeling RPE from a week-to-week basis, not session to day-to-day basis? How do you know that you're hitting the right Ks? If you're doing something like 2 days a week, that's obviously a decent amount. You might feel good 1 week, a month later, you might. I still feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Relative to that month before, maybe you are overcooked.
You're good.
How do you know whether you're still overcooked?
I've got an Excel spreadsheet just with I'm keeping it old school, proper old school. Just with I use it as like a training diary to like plan what's coming up. But then also I can look back 6 months ago and see, when I was running my best, this is what I was doing. And also I track every week the percentage of easy running to steady running to hard running and try and get like a pyramid. It's like 60% easy, 30% steady, 10% hard, something like that. And try and keep that week on week. So it's like if I suddenly see, I've hit like 40% hard running this week, it's like, that's asking for an injury or like a burnout. So having that just like keeps it pretty consistent.
You should definitely make a video on that. That's quite interesting.
You are self-coached, right? So
it's also my training. It's my own. My coach setting my training. That's me. Do you guys have a coach? Or?
Yeah, we have a coach that sets our sessions. Used to be a daily training environment, like a full squad, but now it's just like a remote environment, which we find it okay. Like we make it work with the Sydney community that we have.
Do you have input on the training, or is it fully like he sets it, you do it?
Yeah, well, but we do. We actually do have an input.
Okay.
And I think when you grow older and become more of a mature athlete, it becomes like a two-way stream to achieve the goal, as opposed to just your coach telling you what to do. And so you provide feedback constantly, being like, hey, we need to adjust this. That was too easy, or that was too hard. And it's just like a team rather than just like a power difference.
Oh, so you know your body's better than anyone.
Exactly.
I think that's why I like self-coaching. It's like I know how I feel. So I guess you've got to work with the coach for that.
I mean, what's your coaching situation? Have you ever been coached, Sota?
I have in high school, but he only wrote my interval workouts throughout the week.
Yeah.
And then ever since I've just gone self-coach. But to be fair, I think I've had a lot of injuries, but because I have had a lot of injuries, I think that gives me a unique perspective, and I kind of know what I do wrong to get it.
You have a big database of what caused
more data. I'm either really qualified to talk about it or not qualified, but
because you keep stuffing it up.
In my
bad experience.
In my eyes, I'm qualified. I'm a professional injured athlete,
It's like an experiment. So much data.
I'm the guinea pig so that everyone can learn from me,
Just ticking off the injury catalogue, going through.
Well, I did like 7 ultras in a year, and I think that wasn't...
That was what, a bad move?
Probably a bad move,
Should have done 8, hey.
Undertrained.
No. Luke's the tour guide now.
He's the tour guide.
Taking us 300 meters down the road.
Sota had all this planned out, but Luke just assumes he's now the tour guide. Except for the crossing, because I got to see that. We got to take a time lapse of it, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
We can go there later.
Time lapse will be
We'll
good.
time lapse from there.
You know what? We could put the time lapse in the vlog right now.
No.
Is that, are you gonna edit that in now?
You don't hit like the gym properly, but you do like
home workout.
home exercise.
Oh,
yeah.
Basically, I'm a cheapskate. I
Yeah.
don't want to pay for gym membership.
That makes sense.
So I just get a backpack, fill it with all my
Books.
Japanese textbooks.
Yeah.
That's the only time they're getting used. Literally, I can get like, I said it like recently, I could fit like, what, 20 of these textbooks in.
Yeah.
And we're gonna put these Japanese books to good use. So I've got a couple stacks here. So I'm just gonna chuck them in a backpack. It's gotta be, I don't know, 10 kg, 15 kg. Whack that on my back, and then I'm just doing like squats, lunges,
Single leg.
single leg.
Really?
Yeah, I just run through everything. Pretty simple, but it seems to work.
Yeah.
It's the time factor as well. Like if I have to walk to the gym, get changed, do all that stuff, it's a bit long. Whereas I can just, if I'm already spending 3 hours running a day and now trying to chuck in a couple hours of rehab or strength or core, then yeah, I can just do it from home before a run.
Yeah.
It's pretty handy.
How do you know what to set yourself? Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a clue. I'm just reselling it.
Really? Just
Yeah. Oh, it's basically
anything that works the legs.
It's based on like every injury I've had in the past. I've been given by like physio certain exercises, and it's just built up over time to the point where, because I've had almost every lower body injury at some point, then it's just a collection of like every strength exercise, trying to hit like glutes, quads, calves, hamstring, and that kind of gets the job done.
Yeah.
Is yours more focused like
I
a?
was so dialed.
I really like a
It's
proper
insane.
tuned in.
I mean, because it's set up with like New South Wales Institute of Sport, we're doing like land and sticks on one leg, where you step off like a 30.
Oh yeah.
And just landing. I have no idea what it does, but the coaches.
That's
said
what they
that,
said.
and I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like calf work, a lot of plyometric stuff as well, so skipping,
Explosive like
jumps,
stuff.
But like we go see a physio, and then they'd be like, okay, you're either weak in these areas, or you have an injury in these areas, or you're about to get an injury in these areas, and then they go report back to our strength coach, and so our physio program is tied in with our gym program.
So they'll tailor the gym based
It's a fully tailored, like to perfection gym program. I know, but it's like you can go the complete other spectrum where you're
Yeah,
just
what's complete?
doing all the legs
Yeah.
with the textbook on your back,
Yeah.
and like it seems to do the same
Old
thing.
school.
Yeah,
I'm the same as Jake as well. I just fill up what I can in my bag, do a lot of single leg stuff. And running, you're never on 2 feet at the same time. You're on one leg or you're in the air. So I think single leg exercises are really
I
important.
like
Yeah,
that. That's good.
yeah, because you need that stability aspect as well.
Yeah. Well, we do a lot of single leg stuff.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Have you ever had an overuse injury?
Nothing major, like nothing that knocks us out of like no stress. But plenty of triathletes do get stress fractures.
Right.
We've just been on the good side of that and never had anything near that. We've only had like small niggles here and there.
Yeah.
But we just attribute that to being the plus side of 77 kilos, which means that we just don't get stress fractures. I feel. I don't know. That's our theory. That's our theory. Sure.
I think that's legit.
Yeah, well, strength training does increase your bone density as well. And also eating enough is
Yeah, if
important
you're
too.
under fueled, that's
Yeah.
when
Yeah. I think if you
So it all ties in together, I reckon.
if you eat and sleep well enough and you manage that load, you're
happy days.
Yeah, you're injury free.
Yeah.
And I heard you talked about plyometrics, but I think that's important for tendon integrity.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also the elasticity of the tendon as well. So,
And that's kind of what we have, like in terms of injury
yeah.
that we both have been through in the last sort of few years is all tendon based. Like it's nothing bony, which is good.
Yeah.
And that's why our focus in our gym programs tend to be more plyos
Yeah.
and ISOs.
To cap off the strength section, I guess you're trying to do enough strength so you can handle the load to do the training.
Yeah, sounds right.
And if you can do more training, you'll get better. So, yeah.
Yeah.
As we know from him. More running equals
More running. better performance. Simple as
Yeah.
that. There's no limit. Keep it going. Keep it.
One more thing to add in terms of the nutrition aspect is that what was it, the quote that says that one of the Christian Blumenfeld from or one of the Norwegians was that the biggest limitation to training more is just eating.
Really?
So you can eat more, you can train more.
Yeah. Is that what Christian Bloom felt?
Yeah.
And he's a built-up guy. Yeah.
He's a chunky boy.
But he's moving. Like,
Oh, yeah.
rapid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. And he's like
30.
twice the size of like a runner, like a typical runner.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely puts perspective on like what the ideal runner's body
Yeah,
is like.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna talk about how shoe rotation can prevent injuries. There's obviously the practical biomechanical side of working different muscles with every shoe. But why else do you like rotating shoes?
Personally, now I know Jaden has a strong opinion, so we'll go to Jaden after. But personally, I feel like a shoe rotation's good just to mix up how running feels. Like you get excited when you put on a pair of shoes you haven't worn for 2 weeks, and then you're like, oh yeah, nice, I can mix it up now. And then it's stuff to talk about when you're running, and it's fun buying new toys. I think that's the main thing.
What do you think, Jay?
It's absolute bollocks. It's complete garbage. It's all a marketing tool to get people to buy more shoes.
You'd run in the same shoe for every run.
I could, 100%. But he doesn't know.
I don't. Okay,
because I do like the toys. I work at a shoe shop, so I love to just try different shoes. Sure. But like saying one shoe is designated for a specific purpose and convincing someone that they're going to get injured if they don't do what you tell them, I question.
Okay, so
Hang on. But as in, I'm not going to bring up the Alpha Fly and wear it for an easy jog, am I?
Why not? Probably
Because
could though.
Because it costs about $5 a
Sure.
K.
I mean, expense-wise, it's expensive to go through many Alpha Flies. This is why we want to sell you another shoe that's only $40 cheaper. But you probably know, Sota, you probably know like the biomechanics a bit more. Yeah. Is there an issue in using Alpha Flies for easy jogs?
only if you're using it for every single easy jog.
Has there been any like actual research study based on it?
So if you rotate more than 2 shoes, well, people have less injuries, and they define an injury as, I forgot what the exact word it was, but it was something to do with having to take a day off because of a, pain-related thing. And there's like a 39% less
chance.
Yeah.
When you have a shoe rotation.
Yeah.
Okay, what if you rotate through an Alpha Fly to another, and then a Vapor Fly, and then like an Endorphin Elite, and that's your shoe rotation.
If you wear carbon shoes, your calves aren't working as hard. Because you wear them for every run, your legs are getting weaker.
But surely that percentage difference of the minimized calf usage is completely overridden by the 250 kilometers of running a week that you're doing.
Well, your body's getting wrecked.
Your 100 calf races that you're doing in the gym, like, or the running surface.
Okay, here's my take on running shoes. And luckily, I do get a fair amount of free shoes. I don't have a category for each type of shoe, I would happily...
I do like that.
I would wear a racing shoe for a jog if I wanted to on that day.
Yeah.
But I think the most important thing is just rotating.
Is some sort of rotation.
Yeah. So I agree in the sense that I wouldn't want to categorize. Like, I don't want to buy into this is a racing shoe, this is a daily trainer.
That's just what their label is, right?
Yeah.
Don't buy the hype. None of that.
Yeah.
Also, try running off-road in an Alpha Fly. Like you're snapping an ankle. Hit a trail,
That's a preference thing, I think. I agree.
Yeah. So
all valid points.
To an extent, but yes, there is a lot of marketing involved in shoes though. That's right. Yeah.
But I think it's literally just a choice thing. If you like running an Alpha Fly in a trail, then go for it. But I'm sure that you'll enjoy using a trail shoe for a trail, and you might enjoy that a bit more. Okay, what do you think? You could just use like a Brooks glycerin for everything, and you're probably pretty good as well.
Yeah,
I guess manage load if you're eating well enough, if you're doing the right.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got you going to
like the shoe rotation is like the last 1%. It's such a small percentage,
but an expensive one.
And an expensive one. But people like it because it's an easy one, and it's a money to buy into it rather than what I have to sacrifice my night out with the boys and get my early night sleep. That's hard to do. I'm just gonna spend money instead. Oh, the crossing. Oh, I missed it. I didn't even notice it. It was that big. Yeah, I was so busy. I didn't know where I was. Yeah, we just crowded by people. It was no good.
Blinded by the lights as well.
Yeah. No, it was actually impressive. This has got to be one of the most like filmed crossing on the planet.
Probably,
Probably would be. Hey, like look, there's like 4 photographers right here. And number 1 here. You want to do a run for it when it goes green? Just get to the middle as fast as possible. Yeah, everyone's standing there.
船の管理の運営のこと、南国の管理の方針。
Is your phone okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I think sleep is super important. I don't know too much about it, but I do know that I feel way better when I do actually sleep 7-8 hours. I'm a deep sleeper as well, which I'm pretty lucky.
Sleep is a performance enhancing drug. The more you sleep, the faster you get, and people always overlook recovery. Like people are always like, if I just train more, I'll get faster. But if you just recover harder, you'll also get faster. And I totally agree. I think sleep is super important. Like outside of sport, sleep is important. There's
life.
yeah, just in life in general. Like it's not even an athlete perspective.
Yeah.
You read books and you hear stories of people saying like they live their lives with I will get 8 hours, non-negotiable.
Yeah.
I think that's a good motto to go by. Yeah, for everybody.
And a lot of people spend so much money on recovery products, but like sleep is free. You know, like if you can work on sleep first, that's the first thing you should work on. Yeah. Best bang for your buck. Yeah.
Okay, how much sleep is enough sleep?
I think it depends on the person, right? But a lot of people say 8 hours or something.
Yeah, that's just a number, right?
Yeah, it's a random number, but it would depend on the person.
I think
How much you train.
Yeah,
I heard something was like there's like a rough thing, like every, what is it, kilometre you do in a week is worth like a minute of sleep extra.
Really?
So it's just something like, I was working, I need like 11, 12 hours. I'm not quite getting that. But it makes sense, like the more you train, the more you... How much would you get on average, do you reckon?
We're pretty bad at it, unfortunately. We're getting better. Like it's hard though, because if you're forced to get up earlier for like a swim session at 5:30 a.m, society doesn't allow you to go to sleep at 8:30 a.m. Like things are always happening at night. Yeah. So 8:30 p.m. Sorry, yeah. So you're always sort of hanging around 7.5 or 7. Our average is probably around 7.5. But come into racing, like you usually bump it up. But in like a general normal week, probably 7.
No, I've had to switch my complete lifestyle since coming here because for like session day, it's wake up at 5, but then I'll try and be in bed 8:30, asleep by 9. Like, it's pretty rough, but I've had to completely change my almost whole routine just to try and get 8 hours. Yeah. Because if I don't, I'm so knackered. Like,
you feel it as well. Like trying to train on low hours of sleep.
Oh, it's useless. Like the performance drops so much. Yeah. And it's literally just like a cheat code sleep compared to a lot of the other things that you can put a lot of effort into. It's free. It's like literally. It's just it's easy, but I feel like so many people neglect it. Yeah. The Japanese, they're. My training group.
They barely sleep.
So like,
barely. That's in the culture though, right? Like it's long work days.
Over 7 hours is unheard of. Yeah. Most of my teammates are 4 to 6.
What?
Like, and they're sub 220 marathoners.
And how many Ks a week are they running?
They're full-time work. They're like maybe 160.
160. But still big, yeah.
But getting up at 5 after going and working till maybe 11, having dinner, and then
crazy.
Like, it's ridiculous. Absolute joke. But they don't actually get injured that much, which is, it goes against every logic that like, they should just be broken. But that seems like, it's the culture here. They grow up not sleeping.
It's a whole different world here. I still haven't worked it out because they're honestly such good runners.
They are.
But it's surprising how little sleep they get.
It's almost seen as a negative. Like if you sleep in, so every pro runner, so even the guys that are full time, they get up at 5 every single day religiously. If you sleep in till 7, like Western pros are sleeping until like 9. Yeah. Whereas for them, that they see it's like a weakness. It's like, it's pathetic. Why
get out.
Get out there. Get out for your third run of the day. It's a complete opposite.
So if we're pushing for this huge, sleep is so important. The Japanese runners are proving exactly the opposite of that.
So but they're an anomaly.
They're an anomaly.
Or how much better could they be if they actually get to sleep?
That's true. Because there is still improvement for Japanese runners to be made. You know, like they're up there, but they're still just that tiny little bit behind Kenya and all that. Yeah, but
also not on the drugs. But
do I need to bleep that out?
And if you want, I don't think a Japanese athlete's ever popped.
But the Japanese have a lot of depth, don't they? Like we don't have the best runner in the world, but there's so many fast runners. Like actually, you know the stats a bit better than me. Like how many?
It's like in the UK, I'm ranked 12 or something. Yeah. In Japan, I'd be like 300. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Like 100 people every year going 208 or whatever. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like but then no one like sub 205. Yeah. So like they're not quite at that elite level.
Yeah. So what do you reckon, guys? Is Tokyo pretty small?
So tiny. Honestly, nothing. We did it all today. We could do the whole thing in a matter of hours.
I'm glad more people have appreciation for eating this before the run.
So good. So good. 100 yen.
Yeah. They should have this in Sydney, right?
Yeah, we're going to bring it to Sydney, guys.
Start a new business.
We're going to be the importers,
There's a hole in the market.
If you're watching this video and it's not already in Sydney, 7-Elevens, contact us because we might be missing. The Seni P of Tokyo.
Yeah, pretty much. It actually is.
I don't know. There's a bit of nature in Tokyo, to be honest.
First impressions of the club?
Static stretches, questionable. you know. But we won't put this on the video, right? Well, this is a nutrition talk and a NG talk, not a sketching one. That's a whole other video. Yeah, there we go. Too much effort, but.
Well, what are your thoughts on running to travel?
Best, like one of the top ways to see it. I don't think there's even a bad answer for that. The only other reason I'd think is that cycling might be a little bit better.
Well, you can cover a bit more.
Cover more ground, yeah. And you go for longer. Whereas running, you're sort of limited to how much you can eat, how much you sleep.
Yeah.
Like injury, all that.
Injury prevention.
Wow, isn't that real circle back? Yeah, well.
We did video together.
Can't remember now, I was going to say that.
Video cohesion, you know? Yeah.
There's other people taking photos of us. Alright, they're gonna tell us to sprint in a second. So Jaden is on camera duty.
Yeah. Goal is to come top 2.
Man, just gonna join it. So hard for the rain.
Oh no. That's tough.
Yo, did you get good footage?
I don't know what I got. Trevor.
Hey vlog, if I don't survive tonight, it's because I'm being chased by a bunch of people. See you on the other side.
I think going there is a bit stretched because
How is my Norwegian accent? I've been working on it all night.
I'll go for Dylan. So hungry. Good?
Oh, that is.
Love a bit of fried chicken.
That is so good. And Tokyo doesn't go to sleep. Wickedly good.